In this video, I'm going to be running through everything Google Ads audiences related. Everything from setting up remarketing lists, uploading your customer lists, and creating custom segments on Google Ads so you can scale your brand into new markets. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the three main audience types that I will be discussing today are as follows. Firstly, your remarketing list. So showing ads to people who've previously interacted with your website in some shape or form. Secondly, your customer lists. These are really important. You upload existing customer lists from Klaviyo or Shopify, essentially telling Google who your customers are so that Google can go out and find new people, or you can use it to remarket directly, though that's not something that we normally do ourselves. And thirdly is custom segments, and I will dive into a whole lot of detail about custom segments. They're really, really interesting. They're a fantastic way for you to dial in your targeting using some novel approaches based on people's browsing behaviors, what websites they visit, what apps they even have in their phone. So let's start with remarketing lists, and I'm going to break it into three main categories: website visitors, cart abandoners, and YouTube channel interactors. So the first thing that we're going to discuss is website visitors. So whenever we're setting up a new audience in Google Ads, we're going to go down to the side here and go to Tools. And when we click on Tools, we'll see Audience Manager. And from there, we're going to be brought through to our Audience Manager, and we're going to land on our data segments. And all we have to do is click on this blue plus button, and that would bring us up the option to create a new audience. And we can choose from website visitors, app users, YouTube users, our customer list, importing from Google Analytics, or a custom combination. But because we're creating remarketing lists here, we are going to be using website visitors. So we'll click on website visitors and we will be brought up with the option to configure our audience. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to give our audience segment a name. So in this instance, I've said 30-day website visitors, all pages on our website. So we're not refining this particular audience to certain collections or certain pages. We're going to go down there to segment members. And this by default will be visitors of web pages. And the action will be visited a web page in the past 30 days. Now we can refine our action by having specific URLs. So we can say URL contains product A or URL contains collection to specify what website visitors that we actually want to track in the instance that we don't want to track all website visitors, for example. If you're a 6 or 7 figure e-commerce store, you may not have the website traffic to filter by certain products. So in that instance, you are maybe better off opening it up to all website visitors. However, if you are an 8 or a 9 figure e-com brand, you are definitely going to have enough traffic to refine it to certain products, certain product pages. And in that instance, by creating those lists more specifically, it's easier to remarket in a more specific and a more dynamic format that's actually going to resonate with those users that bit more. We're going to pre-fill our segment from the past 30 days, and we know this is going to be a 30-day list, so it's only people in the past 30 days. We can lower this, and we normally lower it to 3-day website visitors up to 7-day website visitors. Beyond that, it is quite broad and it's not something we generally recommend, but again, it depends on your level of traffic. You can optionally give it a quick description, just say 30-day website visitors, anyone who landed on our website. And there you have it. That is your audience. It will take sometimes up to a day to populate. And when you go into your data sources, then you'll see your list size and what eligibility it has to serve across things like search or display or YouTube. So our second remarketing list that we always set up are cart abandoners. So anyone who adds a product to their cart but subsequently does not complete a purchase. And the way that we set up this audience is using GA4, and we then import it in from GA4. So going into Google Analytics 4, we're going to go down here to the bottom and we're going to click on this button and we're going to click through to admin. From there, we're going to look for audiences. So you'll see under data display audiences here, and we're going to click on that. That's going to bring us up here where we can create a new audience. And our new audience then is going to be cart abandoners. We want to exclude anyone who completed a purchase with us ever. And we're going to maybe limit this to 60 days. Again, this is quite broad. This particular brand didn't have a whole lot of traffic. So if we made it smaller than a 60-day window or a 30-day window even, we're not going to have a sufficient list to remarket to. So you're going to need about 1,000 to 1,500 people at least in order to be eligible to remarket to that list in Google Ads. We're going to include users when they complete the following action, and that action is obviously going to be add to cart. So when we do that, we're going to see that this blue circle here on the outside represents 2,800 people. So 2,800 people are included in our list. But importantly, we don't don't want to remarket to people who've made a purchase. So people who have added to cart and then subsequently made a purchase. So what we're going to do is exclude users when purchase has been made. And there you can see that 1.5k people have been excluded, and our total users in this audience is 1.4k. We're just going to click save, and then all we need to do is make sure that Google Analytics and Google Ads are connected to each other, and then you can import that list from Google Analytics into Google Ads and start running it in your remarketing campaigns. And lastly, and quite interestingly, is our YouTube channel interactions. So again, we're going to go to Audience Manager within Google Ads. We're going to click on the plus button here to create a new data segment. That's going to take us through to YouTube users. So within YouTube users, once again, we're going to give the segment a name. We're going to choose our customer type, and then we're going to select our YouTube channel. So we'll select our brand's YouTube channel here, and then we will have a series of options from which we can create our remarketing list. So that would be viewed any video on our channel, viewed certain videos in which we'd pick those videos, or viewed video ads of ours. They might have subscribed to the channel or visited the channel page or liked any video. So the choice here is quite broad. We generally look, while we try to bring people through a funnel on paid, to actually click on this guy here, view certain videos as ads. We like to approach our YouTube remarketing in such a sense that people who have been educated with top of funnel content on YouTube are subsequently then delivered to more direct response content via this remarketing by saying they viewed certain videos or top of funnel educational content as ads, and then they subsequently are remarketed to with more direct response ad creative. That is our three main remarketing list types. Website visitors, number one, we can either target people who visited any page on our website or certain pages on our website within a fixed time period. Or cart abandoners, so anyone who added to cart but subsequently did not complete a purchase. And lastly, anyone who completed a certain level of interaction with either our YouTube channel or particular YouTube videos. Next up is our customer lists, and they're really important because they allow us to complete a lot of different actions within Google Ads. The first thing that they allow us to do is they are very good at giving Google a signal via an audience signal of who our customers are and what the types of people that we want Google to go looking for might represent. So in terms of demographic, in terms of behavior on Google, in terms of the types of websites they visit, the apps they have on their phone, what patterns of behavior do our existing customers exhibit, so that Google can try to look for these patterns in other cohorts, thus expanding our total addressable market. The second thing that's really useful is quite similar in a sense, but in demand gen, we can create lookalike audiences from our customer lists. And the third thing then, which is just as important, is we want to be excluding existing customers from our non-branded campaigns, and quite often from all our campaigns. So we'll do this by uploading the list and excluding it from our campaigns. So like any audience that we want to create in Google Ads, once again, we're going to go to Audience Manager into our data segments and click on the plus button. But this time we're going to select customer list. From there, we're going to be met with these options. We once again want to give our segment a name. So when you upload a customer list, if you are uploading it manually, I'd recommend either adding it in the name or the description. If it's all customers up to a certain date and then what date you uploaded it. Customer types, you'll say all customers here. You can also upload your most valuable customers. That might be customers who've completed 3 or more purchases or in the top 5% of revenue spent in your store. We're going to select to upload emails, phones, and or postal addresses. We're going to drop our CSV file here in the following format. So when possible, include email, phone, first and last name, zip, and country. And you'll upload that. And once again, like always, it probably will take about a day or so to actually populate fully for you to use it. And from there, you'll be able to do the things I mentioned, like giving Google that audience signal, creating lookalike segments, and excluding customers from your campaigns. So last on our list is custom segments, and we use these primarily to hone in on targeting, but also to find new audience pockets to scale our campaigns into. So this time around, we're still going to go into Audience Manager, but instead of looking at your data segments, we're going to go to custom segments. And custom segments, then we're going to be met with the option of creating a new custom segment. Again, we'll give it a name, but we can decide that name at the end. So what we have here is we can include people with the following interests or behaviors. So we can look for people with any of these interests or purchase intentions, and we can name what those interests or purchase intentions might be. Or even more interestingly, and something we'll use much more often, is where people who search for any of these terms on Google. So for example, if you are a collagen company and you're trying to expand into a custom segment based on the problems that your collagen is solving, you might have terms like why is my hair thinning, perimenopausal joint problems, best collagens, should I take liquid liquid collagen or powder collagen. Now, in this instance, you're going from people who are problem aware to solution aware. So I wouldn't recommend that broader range, but just as an example of the types of queries that you can target. You can also look at people who browse websites similar to. So a lot of the time we'll use this as either similar to our own website or similar to competitor websites. And again, what you're trying to do here is understand who your customer is, what they typically do. So what websites they browse on, what apps they have on their phone, so that you can focus Google's attention straight away into that audience pocket. Now, the custom segment we use most often circles around this. And quite often we will just have a custom segment whereby we are using people who have searched for the following terms, and we won't be including websites, and we won't be including apps. And that's what's working best for us in 2025. So there you have it, our 3 main audience types within Google Ads. So from remarketing lists to customer lists and finally custom segments, you should know exactly how to expand into new audiences to bring new people to your website, how to tell Google who your existing customers are so that Google can go out and find more people like them. And lastly, how to remarket effectively to people and how to create remarketing audiences to those that don't buy on your website. And that's going to be the secret between loss-making campaigns on Google and those that are creating profit for your business, allowing you to scale from 7, 8 and into 9 figures. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you at the next one.